Is there evidence for ancient power machines in the Luxor Museum? Engineer Christopher Dunn believes that this is not only machine marks, but also represents smoking gun evidence for sophisticated machines in ancient Egypt. I'm Anyextee, and this is Adept Expeditions. Now, today's footage comes from my recent Adept Expeditions presented Lost Technologies and Symbolism tour, where I not only had the pleasure, but also the privilege of leading and co-hosting Christopher Dunn's very last tour of Egypt. Christopher Dunn is a renowned engineer and master craftsman. He is also the author of the book, Lost Technologies of Ancient Egypt, Advanced Engineering in the Temples of the Pharaohs, to which I will leave a link for you in the description down below if you're interested in picking up that book. It was truly an illuminating experience to be joined by Christopher Dunn in the field, and we all had an amazing time. Everyone involved had fun on this tour, as we do with all of our Adept Expeditions tours. I will be leading another ancient technology and esoteric symbolism tour this September, but in lieu of Christopher Dunn, I will be joined by none other than actress, comedian, and ancient history geek, Johanna James. Unfortunately, the tour this September is already sold out. But because we've had so much overflow and such an extended waiting list, Johanna and I have decided to launch a second tour that will take place this March 2023. This will be another ancient technology and esoteric symbolism tour, and it's already filling up fast. So if you don't want to miss out and you do want to be part of this epic adventure, I would recommend heading over to adeptexpeditions.com. Not now, but right now, to make your deposit to secure your spot for this soon-to-be epic adventure. But anyway, I want to show you this footage of Christopher Dunn where he presents his smoking gun evidence of ancient power machines inside the Luxor Museum. So we're going to head over and follow Christopher Dunn through the Luxor Museum.
Okay, we're going to head down to a little alcove down at the end, and there is a statue of Amun, and that is our machine marks that are evidence of mistakes, which happen very rapidly, and smoking guns in showing clearly that machines were used, power machines were used. So let's head down here, and then on the way back, Sahila and Next will give their presentation on the rest of the article. So I'll get mine out of the way.
We'll get it done.
We'll get it done.
And then you'll be next.
And I'll be next. Oh boy, this isn't going to stop.
It's going to be a great trip. So, for the technically minded in the group, I'd like you to come forward and cast your eyes on, am I doing something incorrect? In this area right here, okay, there is an overcut in the corner where the buttock meets the bench. And the radius is consistent throughout, but the radius is only about 1/32 of an inch. And then you have this cut right here, and there is an overcut there. There's a deep groove where the tool had cut, and the sharp radius on the corners indicate some kind of wheel, small wheel, whether it was being guided manually or by machine. You could only tell that if you actually knew the geometry and how precise it is, but just run your finger down there.
Where's the overcut under here?
It's right in here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And if they were chipping it out, they sure
Right.
wouldn't overcut it.
So if you want to take a photograph of that, you can clearly see where the overcut is there. And then we will allow folks to just circle around, say a prayer, and hope that the old lady doesn't get pregnant.
Oops. There's my key to my life.
Oh, what?
So are these,
Yeah, this is an undercut there, and an undercut right there.
and these are all cut by machine, these?
Well, they're at least done by grinding tools
Yeah.
that are very efficient. Otherwise, those cuts wouldn't exist.
Can we trade places?
Yeah?
Yeah, everyone should get a turn to come around and look at this.
Move along.
Move along, folks.
Move down the bus.
No, then please, you can wait. We want to trade places and come to see you there. Please.
Well, I haven't collected the backsheesh
I
yet.
will. I have the bag, I have the hat.
See that? What?
It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You have very, very, very tight radius all the way down. And then you've got areas where it's cut just a little deeper than the rest of them.
And so what do you propose? What sort of tool would it take to make that happen?
Well, I saw that in the manufacturing plant today. I would say there's probably a disc grinder or something of that nature. That's where they're using a abrasive wheel that's spinning very fast. And just grind into it. Yeah, it's like a disc grinder or something
Yeah.
like that.
And it's not forward.
We didn't see it.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
Yes, clearly.
Chris, can you explain exactly what you mean by a radius?
It's a very small radius. It's about
What?
30,000.
What is a radius?
What is a radius? It's a segment of a circle.
So this is the radius of the tool.
Circular saw?
Yeah, that's or a disc, like they use today when they're grinding up things. Yeah. See it? Exciting.
This area here, Chris?
Yeah. It is. But you don't achieve when you work the overcut. See? The tool was so efficient, but it didn't, it just went, it could all.
Ever been to the Borghese in Rome?
No, I've never visited Rome.
They have this big tub, beautiful carved tub, probably 14 feet across, on legs.
Right.
And that's, you wonder how they could have done that without the tools. Because it's perfect, yeah.
So what are we looking at here, Christopher?
This is what we would consider to be an error in machining, in that you have a tool that was cut fairly efficiently, and it's consistent with other artifacts that we find, so even the granite box in the Great Pyramid. It has mistakes in the cutting. It has an overcut by the saw. And so in the corner here, you can see where the tool of the grinding disc, because it is reflective of a grinding disc that was doing that, cuts too far into the surface in the corner. Which, if you were creating something manually, if you were creating something manually, that condition probably wouldn't exist. Not only that, but the radius would probably larger too. Because in order to create a very small radius like that, you have to remove a lot more material.
Thank you for watching, everybody, and please do let us know what you think in the comments down below. Could these marks that we see on the dual statue of Mut and Amun in the Luxor Museum be marks that were left behind in ancient times by power machines? Could this really represent smoking gun evidence for lost technologies in ancient Egypt? Let us know what you think in the comments below. As far as me, while I do lead a lot of these ancient technology and symbolism tours, and while I do find a tremendous amount of value in Christopher Dunn's work, I consider Chris a dear friend. I'm very much looking forward to his forthcoming book, and I do believe that we all stand to learn a great deal from the level of experience of someone like Chris, who's had so many years of engineering in the field. But for me, lost technology in ancient Egypt isn't about evidence for tools and techniques as much as this lost technology is about a spiritual technology. In fact, the sacred science of the Western esoteric tradition, which has been preserved by secret societies for generations. You know, for me, it's not really about the evidence or the tools that were used to build the temples and the pyramids and fashion the statues, as much as it is about the level of consciousness of the people behind them. I truly don't think we're gonna find resolve on a lot of these ancient mysteries until we develop within ourselves a deeper understanding, a deeper esoteric understanding that helps to elevate humanity's consciousness so that we can get on the same level of understanding of the ancients. And that not only has to do with the celestial influences and their impact on humanity, but also the level of consciousness of humanity now. It's really going to take a deeper esoteric understanding, cultivating faculties within to develop higher levels of consciousness so that we can get on the same level of the people who actually built and constructed these structures. Without that, I don't think we're going to be able to resolve a lot of these problems. And so that's why for me, I'm more on the esoteric side. I don't have a background in engineering. My background is in the Western esoteric tradition. So for me, I gravitate more toward the symbolism because I believe it is through esoteric symbolism and symbolism alone that we can come to coordinate the elements of the ancient civilization and develop a deeper understanding for the level of consciousness that went into what we now perceive as mysteries. So if you're interested in the subject of ancient technology and want to learn more about the symbolism, you can join Johanna James and I for our next Ancient Technology and Esoteric Symbolism Tour, which is taking place March 2023. Again, this tour is already filling up. I'm pretty sure it's going to sell out relatively fast. So if you're considering it, head over to adeptexpeditions.com today, make your deposit to secure your spot for this tour. Other than that, if you want to learn more about the deeper esoteric aspects, consider joining ancientegyptmysteryschools.com. That's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a like, share it with your friends to help grow this channel, and if you're new here, please do subscribe. Until next time, this is Anyextee for Adept Expeditions.